What is going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. In this episode, we'll be reviewing the great round 1 win against St Kilda. So, just before we jump straight into it, a couple of things. Welcome back my microphone arm because I still haven't sorted out my audio. I don't know what is going on, but I'm in the process of buying a new camera and a lav mic, so it's going to sit right here, so audio should be crisp. Other than that, I'll be drinking my coffee throughout this thing because I just woke up and I am tired. But let's get into this amazing round 1 win against St Kilda. So on Friday night, Collingwood took on St Kilda in round 1 of 2022. Craig McRae's first game in charge, Nick Daicos' first game, Patrick Lipinski's first game for the club, and it was a roller coaster to say the least. We started off very strong, 4 goals in the first quarter, 7 goals for the half. Look, St Kilda were very testing throughout when they could get on their breaks. They did. It really came to fruition in that third quarter where we came out, we kicked 3 goals at the start of that third quarter, and I thought, alright, sweet, we are up by a considerable amount. I think it was about 5 goals or something. And I sat back a little bit, and then all of a sudden, it was St Kilda's turn to just bring the heat, and they kicked the last 4 goals in that quarter, and then the first one in that fourth quarter. So they kicked 5 goals in a row, and then they were, I think it was either they were leading for a little bit, and I thought, oh, here we go. This is going to test us, because there was times when, you know, last year we wouldn't put the teams to the sword, and how many times have I said that in my videos, and then, you know, we'd either capitulate and lose the game, or we would just hang on, but not really show any fight. We'd just be able to hang on because the other team would have spent their tickets in that third quarter. What we saw in that last quarter was something that we haven't seen, or I haven't seen from a Collingwood side in so long. So in the second and third quarter, we had a combined 20 tackle count. In the fourth quarter, we had recorded over 24 tackles. So that says that our pressure was really up, and that fight that Craig McRae kept saying that he wanted to instill in the Collingwood DNA, where it doesn't matter if we were 60 points up or 60 points down, we would still be fighting. That is something that we saw in that last quarter, and something that just made me so happy, and I know it made you guys so happy as well. I think the main thing that we were all happy about was just this attacking game style where we just took the game on at sort of every opportunity that we got. The only times we kind of went sideways and backwards is when we wanted to switch, but then that switch was done so quickly that you don't really notice that we were going side to side. But the way we set up, you know, Darcy Moore, Nick Daicos, Pendlebury off that half back line, just quick, you know, Noble, he had a decent game, but he provides that run and provides that quickness that we've seen, and, you know, and Isaac Quaynor as well. Just the transition from the back line to forward line, it was just so good to watch, and it's just exciting football. We have been, for lack of a better term, bored to death over the last 2 years with the football we've been playing. Yes, we've kept some teams to lower scores, but we haven't kicked a higher score. We kicked over 100 points. You know, that's on the back of Ollie Henry's 2 goals when he's been quiet for the whole game, jumps up in the fourth quarter. You know, Ginnivan, just that pressure, Bo McCreary's pressure in the forward line as well to keep the ball down there. You know, I think we had about 60 tackles for that game. Mychek popping up with 3 goals. So, all around, just that the attacking prowess of the Magpies was just a sight to behold, and something that we're just going to see get better throughout the year. There was a time where, you know, even McRae said that we will make mistakes, and the one mistake that sticks out into my mind, I can't remember when it was, but we were on the wing and we wanted to come inboard really quickly. We came inboard, the St Kilda cut it off, and I think they went down and scored a goal. But you can forgive those things because the boys are trying to play quicker, they're trying to score more goals, they're trying to, you know, reinvent the Collingwood wheel. And you know, if they're doing that the entire game, you go, okay, something's wrong. But if they're doing that, you know, a handful of times, but then, you know, when it comes off or they try something new, it's all about learning. This year is all about learning and all about rebuilding that DNA that's been lost for the last couple of years. And I think Craig McRae is just doing it so well. Patrick Lipinski is an absolute steal. He'll come as one of the best trades in the last couple of years just for the season. Sorry, not the season. The comp in general, because 30 disposal on debut for Collingwood, and the Bulldogs loved him. They wanted to give him an extra contract. We know the story. Just couldn't get in with that great of a midfield, and that's fine. We'll take him. I've seen people on Twitter and stuff saying that this is we'll call Lipinski a part of the Adam Treloar trade, and he's just fit in. The way he uses the ball, kicking that goal as well. It's just amazing to see a player like Lipinski just want to come to the club and then be a star when he does, playing one game. 2 goal assists, a goal, what else? 5 marks, 4 tackles, 7 inside 50s, 5 clearances, and 3 free kicks with 30 disposals. That's just, he's going to be a star, and he's just slotted so well into that midfield. So the one area that I pointed out in my preview was the back line. And we were, down on numbers in the back line. No Jordan Ruffhead, no Braden Maynard, and Charlie Dean. Not that all 3 of those will play at the same time, but, not really that key forward. St Kilda did get the better of us a little bit. That's Nick Hayes, their new player, was all over it, taking marks, clunking marks. Max King was always going to be a bit of a problem, and Membry kicked 3 goals. That's what you come to expect from when you're down a couple of key defenders, and you have to kind of chop and change. Jeremy Howe has to play more one-on-one. Darcy Moore has to play more one-on-one because of Membry and Max King. You have Madgen down there, and I think, look, for all the flack that Madgen gets, yes, he does make some mistakes, but so does everyone. I made that video about him last year. He had that one game-saving sort of spoil and stuff towards the end of that game. So, he wouldn't be playing if he wasn't good. Like, I get it. I get what you guys are saying and stuff like that, but, he does his job well. He's a warrior, and he'll fight tooth and nail for this football club. What you will notice if you look at the scoreline, or if you just watch the game again, the last 5 to 10 minutes of each quarter is when St Kilda kind of got on top of us. Now, if you look at that third quarter, they kicked those 4 goals like I mentioned, and they were getting on top of us towards the end of that quarter. That comes down to, obviously, tired legs, young kids as well. But with Jared Wade coming from the South Sydney Rabbitohs, and from what I'm hearing, just what they're doing to these guys at training, where the last 10-15 minutes of training is just hard running. What that does is that it puts the more air into their lungs. They get accustomed to, when they're just wrecked, to keep running. So we kind of saw the before of that in round 1, so that'll only get better, where the last 5, 10, 15 minutes of each quarter, especially the third quarter and the fourth quarter, we're just going to see the boys be able to run out the game a little bit more, or run out the quarters a little bit more when they get more run into their legs during training, and that's what they've been doing during the off-season. When you don't do that for so long, not that I'm a full athlete, because I'd rather eat 3 dozen dumplings, but when you don't do that for so long, it takes a while to get used to it, especially with the game plan and stuff like that. So we can only see, I think, the second half that will come more, second half of the season, that will come more into fruition. But all in all, what an exciting time to be a Collingwood supporter. It's just a new era now, and Flight is the right guy at the helm, and I'm just so excited. Like, my voice is still not fully there because I was just screaming and yelling, and if you saw my vlog, I was sitting next to all St Kilda supporters. So no, it was good to get the win, and it was good to get the win in an exciting game. There's times where we scrapped a win last season, but we just scraped through a win. This was like a win because we wanted to win, and it was just nice to see that attacking sort of gameplay, and it was just a good time. So we take on Adelaide next week, who are around our benchmark as well. So it'll be good to see them at the MCG. I'll see you there. But until next time, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers. I'll see you later.